Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am gonna go back in time to 9 or 10 years ago when I first started doing my makeup, what I considered was a full face of makeup. This is the look that I wear constantly. I did not do eyebrows. Clearly that was not a thing back then. I always focused heavily on the eyeliner. It was just those emo days, Taking Back Sunday, brand new. The used, it was way back in the day. We'll slip a picture here of what inspired this look. Girl, what is up with the eyebrows? I look so mean too. Oh, emo chick getting ready to go to TBS concert. Look at the eyeliner and the pink curtains in the back. That's my favorite part. Who could forget the nails? Who? At the time, I just used to use a bronzy lid, keep it very peachy and subtle with my lips, and the eyes always had to be super heavy, tons of eyeliner, tons of mascara, no eyebrows, of course. It's like the eyebrows did not want to exist at that time. Everybody kept on thinning them out, and that's what I kept doing, and that's why I have no eyebrows and I look this crazy. So if you want to see how I would do my makeup 10 years ago when I first started, keep on watching. If you are here new on my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you do like this video, do give it a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Also, if you subscribe, oh, that would mean so much. Just hit the subscribe button. It's so easy. All right, let's get started with this very simple makeup look, because back then in my teens, I didn't used to wear a lot of makeup, but this is around the phase that I started to put on a full face of makeup. This was me experimenting with makeup, and this is what I used to use every single time I went out. These were my colors. This was my interpretation of awesome makeup. To begin with foundation, I used to use on a daily the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Plus. This is the most similar foundation that I found to this, and I don't use that anymore. And also to the similarities, they both didn't come with a pump, and it actually smells pretty similar to it. Oh yeah, of course I didn't used to use any primer, any like moisturizer. Just used to simply put on foundation, call it a day. So I have no primer, I have no moisturizer, I have nothing. To use this foundation, I used to use my all-time favorite MAC 187 brush. And I used to just dot this on my face in the areas. Nothing has changed. It feels so weird to apply makeup with no moisturizer, no primer, nothing. What? See how this looks. This is so weird. Oh my God. It's like so flimsy. How did I used to apply my makeup with this? Like, hey, look at this. It gave it a nice airbrush look. I used to like stipple this like this on my face. Let's see if it works. Stipple it and then softly. Okay. She's acting up again. I'm gonna have to put you in a room. Okay, I think this is working. You see how hard it is to blend it out? It just takes longer. Oh, help me. I'm trying really hard not to use a beauty blender at this point. How do you like, look at this, How do you blend unblended and great? You know what it could be too? Because I have no moisturizer, probably because so many years of using primer and your skin gets so used to it that applying makeup the same way you did 8 years ago is just not gonna be the same because of your skin. And I've aged like 10 years later, probably. Back in the day, I used to use the MAC Studio Fix concealer, and it was just like a little pot like this, and you go in, and I dot it with my own fingers. I never used a concealer brush. I always used to use the same skin tone as my regular skin tone as I did for foundation. Nowadays, my concealer is about 2 or 3 shades lighter than my skin tone to give that highlight to the face. So I have none, so I'm just gonna use foundation and just pretend that it's concealer, and I'm gonna apply it the same way I used to, and just dot it like this. Oh my God, this is so weird. I'm gonna pretend that this is concealer, and this is what I used to like do. Mind you, I'm not putting concealer on my eyelids. That kind of stuff didn't exist back then. It feels so sticky and weird. That was it. There was no setting the concealer, no under eye powder, nope. When I started using makeup more often, I actually did start it, and it was MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and then I would use this one, the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Natural. So let's do that, shall we? And this, I just used to set the rest of my face, my concealer, everything with this. I used to swear by this. I used to be like, whoa, that's flawless right there, bam. I just feel right now all this powderiness is sucked into my skin. You can see all my pores. What? It's a powdery, nice mess. This is ridiculous. Eyebrows. There was no such thing as eyebrows. I would leave these little thin beauties the way they were. I used to pluck them. I don't pluck my eyebrows ever anymore because when I was younger, I used to over pluck them because I love that thin eyebrow look. It was what was in back in the day. And since then, I messed up all my eyebrows. They never grew back the same. Actually, they never grew back, period. For eyeshadow, I used to always use only two colors. It was always a bronzy shimmer shade. And the closest shade that I found to what I used to use is in the Jaclyn Hill palette. It's this color right over here, sort of a penny kind of color. My lid color, I do have it in my MAC palette that I started creating and then I stopped creating. It's called Vanilla by MAC. And then as far as the brushes that I used to use, these actually are the exact brushes that I would use. One time I went to the MAC counter and I was like, oh, what's all this brushes? Ugh, what's all this? This is all cool. You have so many brushes. And the girl at the counter told me there's only 3 brushes that you're ever gonna need to use. Here is the MAC 224 that she told me that this will be a brush to be able to blend. This one is to be more specific in the inner corner. And then this is an applying brush. No powder on my lids. So I just used to go straight in for my color. And I only used to use 2 colors. And I just used to apply it. And this is the way I would apply it. So I would just go in and literally, I would leave this bare here and I would just apply it right here in my crease. Just apply that. And I would just extend it out. Literally, I would just go like this. And I would not use water. I wouldn't wet the brush. I wouldn't do anything. I would extend the color upwards a little bit. Most of the time, I would just do 1 color. But then when I started getting the hang of makeup, I would do 2 colors and blend them in. Now that I was done applying that, I will go in with this and I will go back to that same color, apply very little, and then I would just start going like this. The same thing that I do now. And then what I would do as well, I would apply this color. Oh, this is such a weird combo. I would apply this color here to my lid to go right here. Pat it, same thing I do nowadays. What the heck was I doing back then? Literally just 2 colors. I'll just go right back into the bronzy shade, the same bronzy shade, and just go right here. With my more precise brush, I used to dig it into the same shade, and then I used to just go right in the outer edge here and bring that in and just kind of go like this. See, and then this would deepen it up without having to use another shade. And another thing that I used to do is that the same color that I use on my lid here, the vanilla color, I would add that here to my brow bone. So I would apply this color right here. Oh my God, yep, I would make those hairs all white and powdery for my eyebrow. I can't believe this. Look at these eyebrows. Yeah, no, I didn't used to do anything to my eyebrows. I wouldn't comb them. I would just leave them be. For my eyeliner, my wing dye, that didn't exist back then. So I would just use a pencil liner and I would do that on top. So my look was always, the eyes were very subtle, clearly. And my eyeliner just had to be bam. I was very emo and that's just what it was. But at the time, I used to use a pencil that was not as creamy. Let's see if this works out. But this is what I used to do. Literally would grab and I would literally go, like I would pencil it in. I used to bring it all the way in. There we go, it's doing something. I would just leave it right there. Obviously, I wouldn't leave it like this. The pencil that I had was more sturdy, so it'd be a better line. Back in the day, I didn't have like a little small pencil brush to blend out the lower lash line, so I would do it with my own pencil. So I would just go here and I would go into my waterline. And then I would start as well applying with the same pencil. I used to just apply it to my lower lash line. So I would just go in like this. And I would just boldify it. It was like the emo look, you know, brand new, Taking Back Sunday, yes. So I did used to use mascara. For mascara, I just used to use like Maybelline or something like that. So I'm just gonna use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's always drugstore. On occasion, I would do the Lancome. I'll go in and give it a bunch of coats. This was definitely the look. This was the look. I can't believe. So for blush, of course, I didn't do any eyeliner. Always kept it very peachy and nice. I didn't do any highlight or any of that, so I always kept it the same. So I'm gonna do the Maybelline Fit Me in Deep Coral. This was the color that I used to use. And I would start off light and then I'd probably go heavy-handed with it later. And then I just used to go here. And I'm gonna keep applying it because this blush the quality is not the best. There we go. This is it, no highlight, no bronzer, none of that so heavy-handed. And we're just gonna go in here. So for lips, I always kept it very glossy and with a slight hint of a peachy color. I always try to keep it peachy, warm toned, but very, very glossy. What I used to use, and I still have it, is the NARS lipstick in Niagara. Just this color here. I would use this color and then just any lip gloss over top of it, which is practically the same thing as this Dior lipstick in Diablo Teen. And yeah, yep. This is pretty much it. Yep. I always wanted the focus to be on my dark eyeliner and my dark eyes. And at the time I had blonde hair, so it would really stand out. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more color. I'm gonna go to my NARS and add more color to that. And then just to match it, I will add a little bit of lip gloss. This is the Lip Maximizer Collagen something from Dior. I don't know. This was given to me in a little kit or something. Okay, there you go, glossiness. And literally, I always had glossy lips, always. Matte lips, that did not exist. No setting spray, no highlight, no nothing. This completes my look. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this crazy makeup histogram. If you enjoyed it, do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. It just takes a quick moment, one click. If you have any comments, anything, please do leave that down below. Thank you again if you're new here on my channel. I'd love to have you stay and watch more of my videos. I will link one above as well so you can enjoy that. And I will see you next time.